Hello guys, in this video I wanna say a little bit about my progress so far using Refold for 3 months now. I started using Refold since 17th August and right now is 16th November. And so yeah, my background in Japanese. First of all, I actually started learning Japanese something like a year ago, closely a year ago, somewhere around the end of the November and beginning of the December. And the only thing I did was learn a little bit of alphabet. And yeah, I was actually learning it on and off, but I wasn't doing any kind of like textbook methods or some kind of like some kind of traditional learning, I guess. But at the beginning, I did do more from traditional learning, but actually, the reason the reason I started learning Japanese because uh, I also started learning English somewhere around a year ago, like properly, and I just uh, just by coincidence, the teacher, my teacher, well, he's pretty young, I guess. Yeah, something like 24, and he's also into anime and Japanese culture, visual novels, and he actually also learned Japanese just for immersion. And so yeah, he actually said that yeah, he was my English tutor for like 1 month already at that time. And he said that you actually should learn English like as in the only way to do it is to just start to have it around you everywhere, like consume only media in English and all this stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, makes sense, totally makes sense. And then he started to say like, for example, you can start reading manga in English instead of Russian, yeah, as a Russian native, and so on. And then yeah, he just happened to say that he actually knows Japanese, and that he learned it from just reading, practicing reading uh, visual novels in Japanese, reading like really a lot. And I was like, damn, that's cool. And he said, yeah, he's been doing like it for like 4 or 5 years, and that you like everyone can actually get to this level of understanding, um, to get to this level in somewhere around 3 years, just spending something like half of your free time, and you'll get the result. And I was like very impressed, and that's the reason why I started. And then he said that yeah, there are tools to read the visual, and I was like very interested. But as I previously mentioned, anyway, and despite like hearing all of these words, yeah, that's how it. I don't know, but that's what I also time to time see, like when you tell to someone like that you should be immersing all this stuff, but the person just the person, despite like saying that yeah, it totally makes sense, like yeah, you should we have to do it. And then he just continues to try to do the traditional learning. That's what happened to me. Yeah. And I wasn't actually serious about Japanese for the time being, because I had to be more serious about English. Yeah, so that I'm able to actually learn Japanese through using English, because there are way more materials and sources in English, instead of any other language. In my case, like even Russian, there aren't that much resources, even if they exist. They aren't as good as English ones, of course. And so yeah. And after that, I actually tried to do the setup to read visual novel, but I had a lot of technical problems, and then I again dropped the idea, and it was just something on as my second priority. And he actually, like my tutor mentioned about Thai Kim's grammar guide. There is actually like even it translation of it in Russian, and that Japanese grammar isn't actually that hard. And I mean, like, well, of course there are hard parts. For example, wa and ga. You can't know which one you should use all the time. That's the hardest. That's the hardest thing. Also, te forms, but. But again, this thing are more fun when we're talking about to use the grammar itself to try to about output. But when we're talking about trying to understand, there aren't that much problems. Well, of course, there are like grammar patterns, but we're talking about basic grammar. It isn't that hard. Japanese has only two tenses comparing to English's fucking 16 tenses. Why? Yeah, that's the thing about English. Like, why would you have 16 tenses? So yeah, in Japanese you have only two fucking tenses. So yeah, I was like, I was very like, it was a little bit funny. Like only two tenses, and yeah, about grammar guide. And she said that yeah, you basically should skim through it. Yeah, as everyone says, like skim through it, get the gist, how the grammar was, and then just get into practice, get into reading. And somewhere in the March, I tried to actually I got the setup, and of course I tried to read the Hanahira, the famous one, and I had a lot of problems. I do not understand anything at all, even though I was using the translator, not the translator, the fuck. I was looking up the words, like translation definitions of the word, translations. But even with that, I had problems, and the reason why I had problems and troubles, and it was so difficult, because I didn't skim through the Thai Games grammar guide. I think I read something like up until second or third, yeah, third paragraph, and yeah, and it took me like whole month. Yeah, closely. Yeah, something like whole month to complete it, even though I was understanding like half of it, I guess. Like after every, I was understanding it line to line. Yeah, like some lines I understood it, what's happening, and sometimes not. And then when I finished it, I was like, yeah, maybe I should actually skim through it. And I skimmed through it. Yeah, I get the gist, and I was like, okay. And then I actually started. I tried to read another visual novel, also easy one, and it was going also pretty fine. And I didn't even complete it, and I already forgot the reason why I stopped doing it. Maybe because I wasn't interested, or maybe there was actually a part which was hard. Yeah, I don't actually remember, but it was in April. It was already April, and I tried to read the Yotsubato, and it was very good. It was very pretty easy. Well, because that's that's actually what you should start from. Yeah, Yotsubato, easiest manga, um, and I've read something like 5 volumes of it, And then in the May, yeah, as you could understand, it took me like whole month to read 5 volumes, but actually that's because I sometimes did read, sometimes I didn't know anything at all. Like, yeah, that's the reason it took me like a whole month to read only 5 volumes, even though if I would be really reading nonstop, of course it would take way more less time. But yeah, I didn't do anything. And then I actually found another easy manga, very easy level. It's called Manga San to Assistant-san, Manga San Assistant-san. I actually completed whole manga series in the May month, and after that, yeah, it was really yeah, again, it just all it has three gana, and that's the reason it was pretty easy to do lookup for words. I don't know, and then after that again, I didn't know anything, and then in the June month, it was summer. I had I had that illusion that I think I should do like Anki deck. Yeah, actually, I knew about the existence of Anki for the whole time, but I was using it also on and off. Sometimes I did use it, and then I just stopped. And that's in the June month. I was like, I installed Core 2K and Core 2K out of 6K Part 1 decks, and I wanted to speedrun them in whole month because I had the illusion that after doing this decks, I will be like, I won't be having problems, like I won't be have to look out for the words. I'll be like, so I was just I had the idea that it will help me get better at understanding reading, but actually no. Yeah, I like whole month passed. I didn't even finish them. I think I did until half of the two of the decks, and I just and then yeah, again, I didn't do anything that much. I had some kind of I was a little bit upset about it, upset that I couldn't get the goal, even get the goal. And then I again, like in the middle of July, I started to read another visual novel. It was Flowers, and it was again, there were also a lot of words I don't know, and I think I did something like I've read something like maybe until half of the visual novel, and then I stopped doing it. I stopped doing it, and I've already forgotten the real reason why I forgot why I stopped doing it. So, and then whole month I didn't do anything at all about Japanese, about not only Japanese, I didn't do anything at all, like even English. Well, my English is on the same level as like half of a year ago, yet maybe speaking improved only a little bit, but understanding level and all the stuff like pretty much on the same level. And then yeah, whole month passed. We got 17th August, and how I found out about Refold. Actually, I think I knew about the existence of the Refold. I had it. I had some kind of memory in my head. It was in the April 1st. It was actually 31st March to the night of the 1st April, I was in the Discord call on some language Discord server, and I was just practicing my English speaking abilities with some. She was actually the girl in the voice chat. She was Brazilian, as far as I remember, and she spoke Portuguese and English, and yeah, she also like she was only starting to learn Japanese, and she mentioned that she is like using Refold, and there is this guy called Matt. He's like good in Japanese, and I was like, oh, I see, like cool. And before that, I said to her that what kind of method like I've been using, even though as I previously mentioned, I was learning it on and off Japanese, and I didn't actually even check the. I think I checked the channel, but I didn't even check, or even one video, and so yeah. After that, I haven't encountered it anywhere, and then somehow I forgot. I watched some video of Matt vs Japan. I think maybe it was some kind of video with listening. I think with listening, and then yeah, the next day I clearly remember that the next day I was like, damn, I wanna actually like yeah, that actually, yeah, you have to like really immerse yourself with Japanese. I have to do it, and then the next day I started watching videos, some kind of YouTube videos in Japanese, and I found some channel of like some Korean girl, in Japan. She's talking about anything. She's talking about anything, but despite talking about anything, it was pretty easy. It was pretty easy to understand. I have no idea why, but I was understanding most of what she was saying, and because when I tried to watch other YouTube videos, it was harder. It was way more harder, and after that, what? Yeah, I've been watching it. I've been watching this video something for a while, like a week, and then I tried to watch actually Nihongo no Mori videos, and I was like, damn, I can't understand them actually. Somehow I was able to understand them, and then actually at that time I was watching anime Canon. I was watching it with English subtitles. Started like for 5 episodes, and then I wanted I wanted to continue watching it, like 6 episodes, but there wasn't any like good anywhere like episode of the common in good quality and with the good like with the good audio, and I was like, damn, like up until now I've watched like 5 episodes. I think I was understanding something like 70% of what they were saying, because it's slice of life, yeah, kind of makes sense. And then I was like, maybe I should try watch it with Japanese subs, and then I downloaded the anime, the subtitles, and I actually tried to do the MPV player, like the setup. Matt vs Japan has like video when like the line goes to the clipboard, but I didn't get. I have no idea why, but something was wrong. It just didn't work. I tried to fix the problem for like a whole week, and I couldn't do it. And I was just so basically what I did was I'd go to the subtitle file, I'd search the line they said, and like the word there's some kind of word I didn't know. I search the line, I copy the line, it goes to the text structure, and from that I use the Yomi-chan and try to and watch the translation. That's how I was watching it, and it wasn't. It was a very. It was the amount of words I didn't know was it was pretty comfortable. I think something like 10 words, or maybe it's just my imagination. It felt like there were something like 10 words per episode I didn't know, but the rest of the time I'd be watching, and sometimes even I wouldn't even have to read the subtitles, and I would be understanding what is happening, and it was very amazing feeling. And at that time I was like, I want to actually try to read something in Japanese, not manga, light novel, or novel. And I actually tried novel at the beginning because I found out about Aozoro Bunko, and I was like, oh, some kind of free text, some kind of free content in Japanese. I wanted to read Ningen Shikaku. I got the file. I tried it. It was hard as fuck. I think after every word was something I didn't know. Yeah, every word I didn't know anything. I had like understanding level was something like 20-30%, even lower actually. So I read a bit until the beginning of the first chapter, and then of course I stopped doing that. After that, I downloaded some scans, and I also, there were a lot of words I didn't know. I tried to read the Sakura-san Pet to Nakanojo. Yeah, it was very hard anyway, and I've read something like 1 or 2 pages, and again I was like, nah, maybe anything else. I tried to read the next light novel. I think it was NHK ni Yokoso. It was even harder, and then 俺の妹がこんなに可愛いわけがない。I've read there a little bit more, maybe something like 6 pages. And then, of course, I dropped it. And then I tried read Hyoka. Again, it was very hard. And after that, I tried to read Kokoro no Connecto. Again, it was very hard, and I dropped it. And I was like, damn, fuck it. I should do anything else, something else. I should do something else. And of course, it was anime. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll rewatch the Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, I want to rewatch it. Plus it's pretty long, and I guess it will have a big effect. It will definitely help me because it's a long series. And then, fuck,喉が痛い. And then, the problem I had is that you need to download the anime, but in my case, with my 8 megabytes internet speed, it's a very big problem. It is a difficulty, and I was like, fuck, I don't wanna download I can't because it will take a lot of time, and I was like, okay, I guess I can't do anything else. There are no any other ways to do it, and I just downloaded some like first 12 episodes, and I was watching, and also as a person mentioned, I was using like Yomi-chan, and of course I was using the option to add a new card to your deck. I was actually even adding like new words. Yeah, as I previously mentioned, like I was a little bit like trying to read the light novels and novels, but every new word I encountered, I actually added to my deck. Every new word, and every new word I encountered in Hunter x Hunter, Common, I actually started. I actually continued even watching like animes. I've been watching like which were airing with Japanese subtitles. I also was adding every new word I encountered from there, and I got a lot of new cards piled up, and I was doing something like 30 cards a day, 25, 30 cards a day, and after that, so yeah, I've been watching Hunter x Hunter up until 12th episode, and then on the Discord server of Refold, like Refold Japanese Discord server, I saw the message that there is actually this ASB player extension exists, which is actually helps you to like watch to get the subtitles, your subtitles file get be displayed on some kind of video you're playing on browser. It can be YouTube video, and in our case most, and of course it is anime. And I was like, what the fuck? That sounds cool. It sounds amazing, because yeah, as I previously mentioned, it is a problem for me to download the anime, and I started to use it, and I continued to add every new word. I didn't have any. Well, at that time, I didn't know that you shouldn't do it. Yeah, and when I actually look at the number of cards, new cards, it displayed 3,500. And I was like, kinda a lot, I guess, kinda a bit too much, a bit. And I was like, so up until now, Anki hasn't been. So I've been spending something like 25 minutes a day on Anki, despite doing 30-25 cards, 30-25 new cards a day. And at that time, I also I started. Yeah, it was 24th September. I was rewatching Matt's video about why you should read novels in your target language. And in the comments, there was a comment, the guy asking, can he recommend some kind of list of recommendation for beginners? And then the reply was, as a starting point, I recommend you reading Seishun Toyoro. And I was like, oh, is Seishun Toyoro really like in the section of like easy to understand like light novels? If it is, then it is amazing, because I like the anime, and I actually got the light novel, and I started reading it, and to my surprise, it was going very good, pretty fine. And the number of new words per page was something like 6 new words per page. So yeah, the September month was only listening. Yeah, I was watching anime a lot, something like for 3 hours a day. Something like 3 hours a day. And then I started reading it, and in 2 weeks I actually finished it. It was really it wasn't hard that much. It wasn't really that much hard. Of course, I'm sure that even reading this a little bit from the other light novels like helped me definitely to read the Station Tayoro first volume. And at that, like, also October month, I was like, so there's like 1,800 cards that are new, like, and already, so like 4k and like something like 2,000 cards I already did. They are already young or mature, whatever, but I've learned them. And oh no, not 2k actually. Oh yeah, 2k, yeah, something like 2k, and one up closely to another 2,000 cards which are new, and I was like, I want to finish them in like a month. And I was like, okay, I guess then 60 new cards a day. And the reason I decided to do so that I can keep up with my like new cards, because until the period of time until I get to the card I added, for example, today will be something like after a month. I will get the card I added something like after a month or month and a half, and I was like, damn, nah, that's like too long. That's too long. But of course, when I'll be doing the card, I'll when I look at the sentence, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's like what I got from the immersion I did that day. But anyway, that's too long, and at least in my opinion, it should be something like 2 weeks or something like 1 week, ideally. And I wanted to keep up, and because anyway, Anki didn't take that much time for me, something like 25 minutes a day. Even though my learning steps are 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 hour, and 2 hours. These are my learning steps. I set it up on my Anki like settings. So I was like, yeah, why not? And first 2 weeks we're going. I didn't spend, well, considering the fact that I was doing new 60 cards a day, it isn't that much time. Something like 40-45 minutes. Yeah, of course I'm saying that I'm doing reviews like my usual reviews, my reps in general, and new cards. So yeah, it was taking something like 45 minutes a day. But on the third week it started to take something like 50 minutes, 1 hour, 10 minutes, yeah. And at that time I was like, nah, I should stop this, and because when it's already something like an hour, that's not good. In my opinion, that's limit. That's the limit you should spend on Anki, because, well, actually, when I do Anki, in my case, I'm doing Anki at school, on like breaks. On like breaks, I have between classes, or maybe even in class, because there are only like 3 classes I can be doing Anki on, or even like learning Japanese in general, like while the class is going. So I'm not really spending that much time and at home, because I can't really focus on reading. Well, I can't really focus on reading while I'll be at school, and so it's actually isn't that painful as everyone comparing to everyone who is saying that Anki is like very like hard, and in general like maybe gives stress to them. In my case, it's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit weird, but I kind of like it, because yeah, actually, kind of thought that you are getting kind of closer with every sentence, yeah, with every new word, which you actually like encounter. And so yeah, well, what was I talking about? So yeah, I stopped doing it after 3 weeks, but and I continued to do 30 cards a day. And again, it started to take me something like 25 minutes a day. And yeah, also at that time, I when I finished reading first volume of Seishin Butairo, I started reading second. It was also pretty good. It was going also pretty good, and after that and also I started to read again a little bit of visual novel, Riddle Joker, a visual novel called Riddle Joker. And actually, that's the visual novel I shouldn't be reading. Well, because that's you would recommend it for the beginners, I think. But for me, like, this kind of step back, and I was reading it a little bit, but then I again also dropped it because I kind of a little bit lost the interest. And also, you can check on my YouTube channel that I was even uploading my reading sessions, and again, because of my internet speed, it took like my PC was on whole day just uploading the videos. And so yeah, that's also one of the reasons why I stopped doing it, and I stopped recording like and uploading my reading sessions of visuals. And after that, I started reading the fourth volume of Monogatari. Fourth volume because it is continuation of the first of the first season. I've watched first season in that period of time, like in October, and I was like, I want to read, I want to know what happens next. Even though second season started airing already at that point. And with Mushoku Tensei, I had problems. For example, I had problems mainly because comparing to the Seishin Butairo, I watched the anime adaptation and I know what is happening in the story, and in general, Seishin Butairo is I think it is anyway. It's easier than even any isekai, any isekai. In our case, Mushoku Tensei. So I wasn't understanding some like sentences that clearly, and again, words. Of course, there were more words I didn't know per page, and I've actually read in like 2 weeks. I didn't even finish it, and I got even now until I got to the point until like in this 2 weeks I got until like 85%. After that I just stopped reading because I kind of a little bit lost interest in it, and it's just on my hold on list. I'll continue sometime because Mushoku Tensei in general is pretty interesting. In general, I'll continue sometime in the future. So at that time, it's already like after that, I actually started reading again another visual novel, and right now, this time it is actually Steins Gate, because amazing anime, and I was like, why don't I try read the visual novel? And it's a little bit like harder. Well, at that time I thought that like it is harder in terms of reading for me, and something beyond my not beyond, like something like a little bit harder, a little bit not harder. Fuck. Yeah, it's a little bit hard for me to read at my level, but anyway, like when you read something really hard stuff, you are getting better. So yeah, you get the more improvement. That's also one of the reasons why I started reading it. And yeah, I started reading it in the something like 1st November or 31st October, but the first day I didn't read that much text. And so from the 1st November, my reading speed at the beginning was something like 10,000 characters per hour. Yeah, something like that. But so in 12 days, I finished reading it, but I didn't complete whole vision level. I completed only one route, which is Suzuha's ending, and it took me 12 days and 32 hours, because starting from November, I was actually recording all of the time. I read, I immersed, and all of the reading and all of the reading sessions, like all of it, I have been writing to the Excel page, which from the Stevie's one. Stevie, we all know Stevie, and so yeah. Up until now, that's what my progress is. And also, yeah, something like a week ago, I started reading this light novel. It is first volume of Zaregoto, but of course I'm not actually reading the physical copy itself, but that's how far I am in like a week. But yeah, again, of course, actually in first 2 days you get kinda you actually read, but then after some time you actually are not reading that much, and only that's the most of it, the most of the in like so I've been so I'm 150 pages in, and something like half of it, yeah, I did in like last 2 or 3 days. So I think that's what kind of progress I have so far with Japanese. So yeah, as I mentioned, I'm not really just 3 months learning Japanese. It is only 3 months, like the actual more often a bit of an more of an hardcore learning Japanese, and really using like Refold, and so yeah, my actual like comprehension like level is, I actually have no idea, because how do you actually measure it? Because I actually something like 3 weeks ago, I don't watch any Japanese TV shows or anything else, Japanese dramas, but just I was a little bit interested and wanted to check one, just like check my Japanese language, my language comprehension so far, and it's kind of hard to talk. I've been talking too much non-stop. So the drama called 17.3 about the sex. Yeah, kind of interesting title. I just wanted to check, and I started watching first episode, and I think yeah, I didn't turn on subs, and without subs I was watching the I watched the whole episode, and I get the most what was happening and what they were talking about, and yeah, that's kind of cool. mm, not sure not sure if it works for any anime. I guess it will work for only slice of life right now for me, but I can't watch without subtitles. Like even with subtitles on only and not looking up, I can't do it even with some kind of, I don't know, seinen. I guess seinen. I would be interested in, or I don't know what else. Yeah, it works with slice of life right now for me. Yeah, I'm watching Japanese. Japanese. I'm watching Japanese. I'm watching anime only with Japanese subtitles or even without subs. For example, yeah, I previously mentioned that I was reading like the Mushoku Tensei fourth volume, but actually there is also a second season like airing right now, and 4 episodes are actually adaptations or of the fourth volume up until the where I stopped, and I was actually I watched these episodes without subtitles, and I got everything, and of course that's because I read the light novel and I know what is going to happen, and in general, yeah, that's my progress so far. So not sure whether if it was really good video where I say about my like progress and is it really update. Not sure whether if it was that good. And also, yeah, about Anki, my progress so far with Anki flashcards. I did, so I have in my deck 5,000 cards, and I did only 3,500 of them. Some it's close to 3,500 of them to being learned. I'll say the more specified stats right now. So 53% of them, which is 2,600 of them, are actually mature, and 600 are are young ones, and so we got, yeah, 3,500 cards actually. There's left 1,667 new ones, which is 33%. And so yeah, and my accuracy rate, well, actually it's better to show, I think. Fuck, focus. So yeah, I lost 3 months. Yeah, something like that. 85% accuracy for the mature ones, and then here's the kadosu. Is the kadosu, and so that's how my reviews look in those 3 months. And yeah, actually even now, not sure whether if I'm doing it as their like Refold suggests about Anki, but actually listening to the Stevie's podcast, Stevie's words I heard from the Korakora podcast. He's actually also like continue doing Anki for like already 3 years, and he has like 15,000 cards in his deck, and yeah, Anki is also him like doing it while he has a phone, and maybe he has kind of free time, and he's maybe not home, or maybe do it in toilet, and which took him something like 30 minutes, yeah, like 20 minutes, 25. Yeah, same for me. Like yeah, today, for example, yeah, I did. So yeah, here is the I did only it today, and yeah, as you can see, 32 minutes, 300 reviews, and it took me something like 6 seconds, even though I'm doing it takes something like 6 seconds on phone, but if I'd be doing cards on my PC, it would be even faster, something like 4.5 seconds. So yeah, well, I guess that's all what I should have said. Maybe there 100% was a lot of useless information, but yeah, I guess that's my video on update on doing Refold 3 months, and I guess see you next time.